So we're back, and today is February 23rd still. This is a second of the two-part blog on our ayahuasca experience.
Mm-hmm.
So with this, we ended up, we were able to be at the shaman's house, Sumpa, S-U-M-P-A, the lizard king. I knew Jim Morrison was still alive. No. And with this, we were hanging out at his house for the afternoon after a bunch of walks and a really cool experience in a waterfall, and then hanging out in the jungle. And ayahuasca is considered a hallucinogen. They call it a medicine here. Sumpa is definitely a medicine man, and he's a shaman. And I think there's no doubt he's the real deal. There were people who were coming to him for things that they were sick about, and he's got all sorts of other, potions and concoctions, and knows a lot about the forest. The ayahuasca is intended to help clarify your thinking and help. It provides visions to help define answers or directions or things that you're looking for. Is that how you understand that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we hung out for a few hours in his house. Got to hang out in his house, and they set up mosquito nets on the floor with these sort of camp mats right in his house, which was cool. I took some pictures. Like literally on the post next to ours was his quiver filled with probably 50 blowgun darts and the cotton they use, and his blowgun and an old rifle, and there's pig skulls on the wall. It's just like wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was very much on a dirt floor.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea was that he would do the ceremony, we would ingest the ayahuasca, and then we would go and lay out on banana leaves, these huge banana leaves, underneath the stars, because they want you to be out sort of in the yard, kind of, because most people get sick. Most people, I think, vomit. Some people have diarrhea, maybe both. Not everybody. And they want you to go out there so it has a full intent, and then most people, your body gets rid of it, and then you go to sleep, and that looks like a macaw. Sorry. And so what we did was we would go, and we're sitting, and we wait until dark, and we're sitting there, and Zupa comes out in his paint, and he sings and he whistles, and he ingests it to basically tell you what he's doing, and he has it like in a 1-liter plastic bottle, and it looks kind of like somebody called it looked like Yoo-hoo, like chocolate milk. It didn't taste like chocolate milk.
Soda.
Chocolate, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never heard of chocolate soda before.
So we went up, and we have Danielle, our guide for English to Spanish, and then Danielle talks with Simone, who understands Spanish, to Achuari, and then Simone talks to Sumpa, and we go, and then that's how we communicate. One direction, then we communicate back. So with that, we went through, and Sumpa would chant over the bowl, and he'd pour the bowl, he'd chant over it, he'd whisper at it. I'm not exactly sure what he was doing, but he was under the influence, and that's his belief that works with him to get that going. And then you take it, and you'd drink it. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. And then you hand the bowl back, and then Danielle would hand you a bottle of water, and you don't swallow, you just swirl in your mouth, take it out, spit it out, and come back, and then off to the next person. And then Zumpa would go through. So then afterwards, everybody's quiet, being very reverent, very respectful of it. Mm-hmm. We went out and then laid down on the banana leaves. Now the thing was, it had been raining most of the afternoon, so it was a little bit wet, but it was all right. And they had people there to help because you get a little off balance, a little dizzy, and maybe you need some help if you feel sick, or maybe need some help getting to the area where you can go to the bathroom, that kind of thing. So very helpful. And you sort of lay down and just sort of let it take its effect. And in that case, there's a variety of different ways that the plant makes itself apparent to you. For some people, it's through lights, it's through different colors, it's through different shapes. I was able to see like really crazy geometric shapes and different colors and some other things. One of our friends, man, he was on it right away, and he ended up getting pretty sick for most of it. So it is kind of bizarre. You're laying there in the dark, in the mud, on the shores of the Bastaza River, getting ready to go into the Amazon, and you hear people vomiting and farting, and just but it was that sounds, I'm not making it very sexy, but it was a fun experience. So and
It was
then
an intense experience.
well, and for me, it was very empowering. It wasn't. I got a lot of energy from it. I didn't see a lot of. I didn't hallucinate a lot. I didn't get sick. I didn't have diarrhea. It actually woke me up. It was crazy. So I thought that was, again, it was a. It was. I didn't know what to expect. I've never done hallucinogens or acid or mushrooms or any of that. So I don't really know what that was, but it was interesting to experience that. And then some people had a little bit of a rougher time, but how was yours?
For me, it was, I kept saying I was safe. I knew I was safe, but I was doing that too, saying I was safe. And for me, it also came about with you see geometric shapes, and it's swirling and vibrant. And then I'd see black dots, and I actually saw some black dots as I had a sleep today, going off to sleep. The black dots came back. I could see them, like floating. That was interesting. Oh, is it time to go?
Oh.
Okay.
All right. So we just got a signal that we're going to be doing our kayaking. So we are going to take a stop here, and we'll come back and do a third segment.